Hello everybody and welcome into another video. Today's video is going to be 5 RPG games that are short and can be finished in under 20 hours. RPGs tend to be some of the longest games out there, with some of them requiring 40, 50, or even 60 or more hours to finish just the main story of the games. Sometimes people want a game they can finish in a shorter amount of time. Today's list will be going over 5 RPGs that can be finished in under 20 hours. So let's get the list started. Here is 5 RPG games that you can play from the start of the game to the end credits in under 20 hours. For our first entry at number 5, we have the first Dragon Quest game, being Dragon Quest 1. The original NES version can be finished in around 10 to 15 hours. Meanwhile, the remakes of the game, which make the game a lot faster by giving the player more experience points and gold from battles, can be finished in around 4 to 8 hours. Dragon Quest 1 is a quick, nice, short RPG that can be beaten very quick. If you're looking for a nice fast RPG game that can be finished in literally one sitting, then give Dragon Quest 1 a try. In particular, the remakes such as the Super Nintendo remake, the Game Boy Color remake, or the Nintendo Switch remake of the game. According to HowLongToBeat.com, the average time to beat Dragon Quest 1 for players is around 9 hours. Coming in at number 4 is Super Mario RPG. Super Mario RPG has you playing as Mario and is a Mario RPG developed by the famous Squaresoft, responsible for making the Final Fantasy games. This game has a great turn-based combat system, and now battle has a lot of cool exploration with platforming and jumping around like normal Mario games. The game takes around 15 to 18 hours to finish the main story of, and is a nice quick short RPG game that is a ton of fun to play. According to website HowLongToBeat.com, the game took an average of 17.5 hours according to people who submitted their play times when they finished a game. At number 3, we have Yi 6, the Ark and Pistum. This game can be finished in around 9 to 14 hours and is another short, fast RPG game to beat. This is one of my favorite Ys games of all time. The game has you play in the role of Adol Christian, traveling across an uncharted island, trying to save the world from disaster and evil monsters. You'll battle enemies in this action RPG game. In this game, you have multiple different weapons you can fight with, and the game features an incredible soundtrack and extremely fun, awesome boss fights. Yi 6 is definitely a great, short action RPG game. According to website How Long to Beat, the average play time to finish a game came in around 12.5 hours for Yi 6. Number 2 is going to be an indie RPG, a very famous indie RPG, Undertale. Undertale is a short indie RPG game that can be finished in around 5 to 7 hours for the main story. In Undertale, you play as a human who falls into an underground world full of monsters. You'll have to try to find your way out or stay trapped forever. This game is one of the most popular indie games out there, as I mentioned, and it is also a nice quick RPG you can finish really fast. It's a cool, fun game with some unique stuff to it. According to HowLongToBeat.com, it took players an average play time of 6.5 hours to finish the main story of Undertale, making it a nice, short RPG game that is well under 20 hours to complete. For number 1, we have Final Fantasy Mystic Quest on the Super Nintendo. This game can be finished in around 10 to 15 hours. This is a turn-based Final Fantasy spin-off game that was meant as an introduction game for newer players to RPGs. You play the role of a hero named Benjamin and go on a quest to get the crystals and save the world. The game has a great soundtrack and is, in my opinion, a very underrated Super Nintendo RPG. Website How Long to Beat lists the average time to beat the game for players was 13.5 hours, making this a short RPG game that is under 20 hours to finish. Overall, I want to say thank you for watching the video and making it to the end of the video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and also follow me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Shockstorm, where I do full game playthroughs of single player games where I play from the beginning of the game to the end, and then I do reviews of the games I finish on stream here on my YouTube channel. Give me a follow over on Twitch, I'd really greatly appreciate it. Stop by the channel while I'm streaming and say hi and introduce yourself. We're glad to have new people here on the Twitch channel, and as always, I want to say thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every single one of you taking time out of your day to watch videos, and everybody have a great rest of the day, and you all have a good one.